Hello, hello, everybody. What's happening? It's your man, Russ Mitchell, Homesick Buckeye, back with you again, bringing you a video to hopefully uplift you, motivate you, entertain you a little bit. And today we're going to have some information. We're going to talk a little bit about my blood work. But as always, I want to welcome you. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for me. All right, share this with your friends, family, anybody you think could benefit from what we're doing here. We just want to try to help people along their way. And also, one note before I get rolling on my topic for today, we did our first live stream on the. If you look at the live button, click the live button on my channel. There, we did a live stream. Me with Adam Lacey of Carnivore Today, Damon Holly, and Alia Wells. There'll be links to their individual channels in the description, but you can watch that live stream if you want to. That was our first Keto Cookout. All right, the Keto Cookout, we're going to be doing that weekly. It's going to be a place where you can come in. We're going to live, laugh, learn. You know how we do. And we're going to laugh some more. And also, it's going to be interactive, family. So if you want to come into the Keto Cookout with us, hang out with us, come on the live stream, and just talk about what's going on in your life. We talk about your health, maybe your family, whatever you got going on in your life. It's kind of going to be like a cookout, kind of like a hangout, social club kind of thing. So if you want to do that, you can shoot me an email. Also, if you join the other channels of the other people, you can send them an email as well, and we'll get you into the cookout. We're going to hopefully have some guests and some doctors and some other kind of things. But it's mostly going to be just a place where we can come, hang out, enjoy ourselves, and just fellowship together and live, laugh, and learn. So let's get to today's topic, folks. If you remember, I don't remember which chapter of my Overweight Life series, I talked about getting my blood work done. And I got my blood work done on the 7th of July. And I did get the results back, and I said at that time I was going to make a video and talk about it. And that's what I'm doing here today. So, we know the blood work is important. I am 53 years old. It's the first time I ever had blood work drawn. So, that's too long. Shouldn't wait that long. But, I'm crazy. I'm a knucklehead. I don't do anything right. So that's just what it is. But I wanted to talk about the key points and share some information with you. Okay, I have to say this. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel. But I listen to Dr. Ken Berry. I listen to Dr. Ben Bickman, who's a PhD doctor. I listen to Dr. Anthony Chafee. He's a medical doctor. These are the doctors that I listen to and learn from. And when I come on the channel and I tell you things, that's where I get it from. I'm just parroting information that I get from those experts and those medical doctors. So, if you have questions or things, I will, have links to their sites as well. You can click and go to their sites, get more information, especially if there's things maybe you want to share with your own doctor. Because if you don't have a ketogenic doctor, some of this stuff is not going to, they just aren't going to understand it. So if you have a doctor that's open to learning, you can share the information with them from other doctors. If you have a doctor that's kind of set in his ways and doesn't want to hear it, you may want to find another doctor. Just an idea. But anyway, so I got my blood work back, and we're going to focus on just a few things. Of course, our blood sugar, glucose, our fasting insulin, and the cholesterol, because these are the things that Dr. Berry talks about a lot, and I want to share with you the things I've learned from Dr. Berry about this. My fasting glucose was, because I had to fast for 12 hours before I did the blood work. My fasting glucose was 97. My A1C is 5, which is fantastic. Okay, for a guy my size and my age, most people wouldn't think that my blood numbers would be that good. But there's a hidden thing in there. My fasting insulin was almost 23, and it should be about 6. And that's important because, and you should always get your fasting insulin checked. Okay, Dr. Berry teaches us this. Get your fasting insulin checked. Most doctors won't check it. They just check your glucose and your A1C, and that's it. But that's not enough information. You need to have your fasting insulin checked. Here's why. Normal, healthy metabolic, people that have good metabolic health are going to have a fasting insulin in the low single digits. Okay, when you get to 10, that's not so great. When you get to 15, that's terrible. Anything over 15, you got some issues. Because here's what that means. For me, with a fasting glucose of 97 and A1C of 5 and a fasting insulin of 23, and this other person has a fasting insulin of 6 with the same A1C and glucose, basically, roundabout, it's taking my body 4 times more insulin to keep those numbers in line. All right, does that make sense? So our numbers are the same, but my pancreas is working 4 times harder than that person's to keep those numbers good. And what will happen eventually is over time, that fasting insulin will go up, 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 and my pancreas won't be able to keep up and won't be able to make enough insulin to keep my numbers low. That's when you're going to be a type 2 diabetic or a pre-diabetic. Versus the other person who has a 6 fasting insulin, they're metabolically healthy. They're doing great. And we know scientifically that your fasting insulin can be elevated for over 15 years before a diagnosis of prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. So if you're monitoring your fasting, insulin over time and you see it going up, 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 you would have some time to do something about it before you get hit with the pre-diabetic or the type 2 diabetic. Because we know, as Dr. Bickman teaches us, type 1 diabetes is a disease of not enough insulin. Type 2 diabetes is a disease of too much insulin. All right? So that's important. So check your fasting insulin anytime you get your blood and stuff done. The next thing I want to talk about is cholesterol. And we know from Dr. Berry that we don't care about our LDL cholesterol at all, and we don't care about our total number. Dr. Bickman teaches this as well. When it comes to cholesterol, all you care about is your triglycerides divided by your HDL. All right, that's the main thing. So in my case, my triglycerides were 101 and my HDL was 39. Now, this is not very good either, family, because we know that ratio should definitely be under 2, and really it should be under, 1.5. So for most people. So if you do the math on that, 101 divided by 39, that's like 2.6. So your boy's got some work to do on that. The fasting insulin, I got to get that down from 23, and my ratio of triglycerides to HDL, I got to get that down too. But I kind of expected that. I mean, let's be honest. I'm not exactly the picture of health here, but I'm working on it. All right? I'm moving, I'm grooving, I'm steadily improving. That's what we do here. And I'm going to check my blood again probably in November, maybe before Thanksgiving, and see where I'm at, and see if those numbers are coming down, into the range they're supposed to be, and hopefully they are. The good news is both the problems with the with the cholesterol ratio and the fasting insulin, both of those things are easy to fix just with diet. I don't need medication. I don't need to take shots. I don't need anything. All I got to do is just stay in ketosis and keep doing what I'm doing, and those numbers will come in line. So the message today basically is, if you're getting your blood work done, make sure you get your fasting insulin checked. Push the doctor to do it. Now, one other quick thing too. You don't need a doctor to get blood work done. All right. I got my blood work done through Own My Labs. I'm going to put a link below in the description box to ownmylabs.com. And what I did was, I think it's ownmylabs.com, but either way, I'll put the link in there. I went there. I picked out the tests I want. They work with LabCorp, and then there's LabCorps everywhere. So I went on there. I picked the tests that I wanted, paid for it, and they emailed me a form that you can walk into any LabCorp anywhere in the country, hand it to them, and get your blood work done, get your blood drawn. You don't need a doctor. You don't need to go in a doctor's office. All you got to do is go on, pay for the test you want, get the form, walk in. Now, in my case, I didn't want to go stand in line and go wait around in some waiting room and all that. So I actually paid additional money to have a nurse come to my house and draw my blood and then deliver it to LabCorp. And that cost me like $65. And I think my blood tests were like $50 or 40 some odd dollars. So it was around $100 to $110 for the whole thing. And it was easy, convenient. They came to the house. I didn't have to, like I said, go out and stand in line and wait around and all this and that. So that might be an alternative for some people. Other people, may not have a problem going into a LabCorp. But I'll put all the links in the description for all that. And I think that's all I've got for you today. So a little bit of information today for you to learn a little bit about blood work. It's important. You should definitely get it done, see where you're at. And I'm excited to see in November when I do it again, what improvements have been made with the diet changes and the exercise changes I've been making. So as always, hey, I want to give you a word of encouragement. All right, maybe you stumbled and fell a little bit today. Maybe things aren't going your way. Maybe you had a rough week. I don't know. Hey, pick yourself up. Dust yourself off. Forget about it. All right? Yesterday, that's history. Tomorrow, that's a mystery. You got today. Worry about today. Be the best you can be today. All right? All right, I want that for you. And keep moving and grooving. Keep steadily improving. Keep striving and thriving, living and giving. And as always, I wish you all the best. And I will see you on the next one.